Hello everybody and welcome back to the Tenants Let's Play series. I have been obsessed with this game. I feel like it's a game that not a lot of people know about. I think it's still in development. It's like an early access game. There's still a whole neighborhood that has not been unlocked. But honestly, it is still a bunch of fun. So, we are going to do what the game tells us to do, which is buy this apartment. It's one of our objectives. But before we do an open house and have anybody move in, let's go ahead and do a little bit of renovation, get some nicer stuff in here, so hopefully we can get a better profit. The more passive income you can get through rent, obviously this is a renting simulation kind of game, the less jobs you're going to have to do, which is going to be better in the long run. So let's go ahead and finagle this kitchen around a little bit. We'll do counters on one side and a little tiny island, and that'll help a lot. I do like these countertops that have kind of like an open lip area. It just makes more sense for there to actually be a bar stool underneath them. I think you can put seating under any type of countertop, obviously. However, having it under lipped counter like that just makes more sense to me, honestly. We'll go ahead and we'll put all the kitchen gadgets in this room. It is more of like an open room, kind of free space, but I'm pretty sure the kitchen or the game counts this as a kitchen because it has more appliances in it than anything else. And of course, through all of our renovations, we are going to go through and kind of speed it up a bit, but we will offer some entertainment for whomever the tenant is that moves in next. So we'll give them like a recliner, some nice plants, a coat rack, and a bookcase, some lighting, all that good stuff. You know, we have a pretty penny to spend on renovating this place. We have about $14,000 or game currency or whatever it is to finish that up. We'll go ahead and center the rug around that, upgrade the doors. As for the prestige of the bedroom, it is currently ranked at a C, but we can definitely get that up just by upgrading a few things. I really hate all the carpet in this game, honestly, so I always want to substitute it for like a tile or a hardwood floor. Even the laminate's pretty bad as well, but if we just get a little bit of everything that they want, then that'll be better. We'll add some shelves, and we'll put some stuff in the shelves. Still at a C. They want a lamp, a wall lamp, and now it's at a B. It's at a 72, so that's better than what it was for sure. Just make sure that we have, so like we'll have the rug, but then if you get a bigger, more expensive rug, then obviously the prestige is going to go up. We'll add some artwork. The Did You Smile Today motivational poster, which did get it up to an A. It's a 75, so it's a low A. However, it's still an A, so we'll take it. And then we'll go on to the bathroom. So the bathroom is very small, which just means it's easy for it to get a higher prestige ranking. We'll go ahead and put the shower against the wall in the opposite corner. And then a bathroom. We'll move the heater into a different room just because the bathroom's so small. It doesn't really have much space for anything else to go in there. We'll have a nice subway tile. And I think it's really easy with these small bathrooms just to squeeze everything in nice and tight. And functionally, like honestly, in real life, this would be the worst bathroom in the world to stay in, but in the game, it ranks pretty high to have a bathroom kind of laid out like this. Make sure we can get a sink. It looks like we're gonna have to go for the less expensive sink just because I can't seem to finagle things around. There are apartment buildings on the other side of this which don't allow me to swing the camera back any, but we'll put a mirror, you know, some wall plants, some regular plants, a pot, and this is going to probably be the most highest ranked room in this apartment, which hopefully just means we'll get lots of money. So now that the renovations are over, let's go ahead and start the open house. We don't really have any like specific items in mind for like the ideal tenant. You know, if you have an athletic tenant, if you have like a weight machine or a treadmill, then obviously they're going to do better. That woman thinks it's completely unsatisfying. She also does not like the apartment. Uh-oh, did we just do a terrible job? Maybe we just have to wait for somebody to go into the bathroom and then they'll be like, heart eyes, and then we can get more rent. When you rent to somebody who thinks the apartment is terrible, you don't get your rent as high as it could be. So each of these apartments have the ability to go up at, like, I think it's 2.5 times what the bills are, something like that. So there is definitely a cap to the amount of rent that you can get, but obviously if the NPCs think the apartment's nicer, they're going to be more willing to pay for rent. Is she leaving? Yeah, everybody hates it. I mean, honestly, the apartment looks pretty rough, but, you know, what can you do? Meanwhile, we don't have any babysitting jobs going on at the moment. We'll definitely need to increase our income after this. See, yeah, so our price for having the apartment is $1,100, so she's only wanting to pay $300 more than that, which is not really, you know, we want a higher profit than that. Let's see what this guy has to say about the apartment. What does he think? You know, he thinks it's good. It's not hard eyes, but, you know, we'll take it. See how much higher he's willing to start out at? 5,000 instead of, you know, barely covering half of, or what the apartment was worth. So, looks like we'll be able to get him in for a good amount of time. Awesome. So that's going to be a huge profit for us every single week. Let's go repair this for Miriam. So Miriam's the tenant that we got to replace Cindy. Cindy is everybody's first tenant in the game, and she is awful and terrible. But Miriam seems to be nice. I like her. And we got her literally at the end of last episode. So, like I said, we're going to have to start taking out some jobs just to get our income up and our profits. So we'll just speed through all of these renovations pretty quickly, just get them out of the way, because I would love to buy a second unit. You know, obviously we bought that first unit, but if we could get 2 rental units bought up, that would be ideal. You know, it would be awesome to eventually own all of the available apartments in the slums as well as the suburbs. That to me just seems like the best way to do it. Then you can just sit back and watch the money flow in, and the more rental income we can get from the slums, the better, because as you progress through the game and you're in the suburbs, the slum money is pretty much just, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to deal with any of the tenants there, you can just have it be really chill. So Uncle's done cleaning this apartment. So this is an exclusive job offer. What do they call it? Prestigious? I don't remember. Basically it means you can get a higher amount of money and higher bonus for doing these jobs. They have like a higher budget as well, which is great since we are just trying to build up our bank accounts and get those fat stacks, baby. This first room is going to be our brewery room, and the other room is going to be like, there's going to be a safe in it. It's going to be very hush hush, very secretive. I'm pretty sure we did this last episode, didn't we? I feel like, well, I know for a fact that these exclusive jobs just repeat themselves. I'm sure as the game continues to develop, they'll add more options for us. So in this room, they want yellow walls, tiled floors, a safe, a hazmat suit shelf, some tables with some well, you'll see it when I put down what they want on these tables. But as per always, they are looking for a focus on the walls and the preferred furnitures, but they don't mind the floors. So when we're building and renovating these places, we can kind of cheap out on the floors because that's not going to affect our score too much. It does affect our prestige and the decor. However, it's a good way to save a little bit of money. So we'll go ahead and deliver that job because everything's in there that they require. They're going to give us great remarks, I'm sure. And while that's going, let's go ahead and pick up another job. I really just want to build it up. We do have the babysitting job currently going, so we probably don't want another babysitting job, but I do like these open houses. They're pretty quick, and usually they don't have a lot of requirements. So let's minimize all of that, and let's get this started. So the requirements on this open house is for no barmen or nurses, and they prefer somebody 36 to 42 years old. So basically you're going to click on everybody who enters the open house. Ooh, we got some new items. We leveled up. We love that. Level 15. And so if their age is correct and they aren't a restricted profession, as soon as they get that heart eyes, we can start negotiating with them. Go ahead and bust that all the way up. I know that that does not get us the best offer, but since this isn't one of our houses per se, we'll still get it at a pretty reasonable amount. There we go. Yeah, I don't think they'd be unhappy with that amount for that tenant. Let's go over here and spray down those cockroaches. As you guys might have seen from that pop-up, we did unlock some new things with that level up, including being able to rent individual rooms. So once we're done getting rid of these cockroaches, which is honestly the worst minigame in this whole entire Tenants series. I hate spraying for roaches. I would much rather fix electronics or even repair plaster or put down rat traps. But a good way to kind of get past this without getting necessarily all the bugs, if you spray in every single room and kill at least one bug in each room, then it does count. Even if if there's still some scuttling around, it'll count as complete. So let's head over here. Okay, we already finished that one. Then yeah, let's head over here, start cleaning, and start renovating this bad boy. We're gonna try to salvage as many of these items as possible, so that way they can just stay in our storage, or you can leave them on the property and use them for the renovation, like we'll do for that shower, and that'll give you some extra money that you don't have to spend while renovating. So just do a little bit of paying off all of our bills and everything while we were waiting for that. So they want us to focus on the walls and the floor, and they don't mind the decor, which means if they don't mind the decor, we don't really have to fill it with like a bunch of plants or any of those little items to bump up the decor. Usually if there's bad decor, there's also going to be bad prestige, but since we're focusing on the floors and the walls, we're going to get a pretty high decor anyways. So it looks like they actually didn't want a shower, which sucks because we definitely left that shower in there for use with this renovation. So we'll just go ahead and sell it and make sure that we get all of their required items in here squeezed into each room. And then an easy way for me to keep track of it is, yeah, we'll send in a pro for that person and pay all of our bills while we're waiting. But an easy way is once a room is complete, I just like minimizing it so that way I don't go back and like look at it, especially since we're not focusing on decor. It has all the required items, therefore that room is done. So this looks like it's going to be a room for some adults and maybe their kids. There's some bunk beds on there. Unfortunately, you can't rent out rooms on beds, otherwise it'd be nice to just put bunk beds in every single apartment that you're renovating for yourself, because then you could just charge per bed, but they do charge per room and the bunk beds aren't ranked very high. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll sell that TV because we did run out of money for this build, and we'll get them a smaller TV, probably on the floor there. Realistically, that's going to be terrible, but we'll go ahead and turn that in and make sure we didn't miss any text messages from any of our tenants. So we'll wait for a client review, and while we're doing that, yep, 5 stars, baby! That's right, we got all 5 stars. And while we're waiting for him to give us a review, we'll go ahead and look for another job. We did finish our babysitting job, so we could pick up one of those if they're available. And then, like I said, I do like looking for open houses because those ones are really quick, easy money, usually. Got some new furniture with that level up. We're level 16 now, flying through it. And so for this house, obviously a gamer is probably their ideal type of person who's going to like the space. They don't want any construction workers or a janitor, and they prefer somebody between the ages of 35 and 58 years old. So She has heart eyes. That means she's gonna give this place a good... Oh, she was too old. Okay. Then we'll just... That's one thing when you're doing these open houses, you really just want to ask people to leave if they don't meet those requirements. Like that one is a janitor and too young. This one will be okay. No, they won't. And so both of these are within the age range. So if either of them give a good... He thinks it's fine. Oh, she loves it. Perfect. Let's go ahead and negotiate with her. Bump it all the way up. Like I said, I know that's a terrible way for you to get tenants for your own property, but it doesn't matter that much when you're just doing these open house jobs for other people. I mean, they're still going to be making a bunch of money on this apartment. $12,000 when the fixed costs are $676. Like, wow. Great job. Great job, NPCs. Go through our text messages, make sure we didn't miss anything like this. I'm gonna be a mean landlord and tell her to just give me my money. You know what I mean? You know, you'll have a better relationship if you don't say that. But we're broke, you know, we only have 20,000, so let's go ahead and remind politely. We don't really have that much money just to throw around like that. And so I skipped forward a little bit, did a couple more jobs, so that way we could buy another apartment. So I really like these little camper vans. I think they're really cute and really cool. They're like tiny homes. They're adorable. So I went ahead, took out a small loan to get this this little camper for us. And yeah, let's go ahead and start renovating now that we don't have any pressing issues. So we're going to split this into 2 rooms. We're going to have the bathroom be separate, and then we're going to have like the kitchen, dining, sleeping room all in one. I do want to kind of give it some like personality, give it some funk. We'll use this leaf wallpaper, which is amazing to use. And yeah, we're gonna have to actually jump over here really quick because his lease is almost up and we want him to stay because we just did an open house and a renovation. So let's try that. Oh no, we didn't make it in time. Oh no, the negotiations, I waited too long. I got too into the renovation of that small apartment. Okay. Well, before we begin an open house, I'm going to renovate it, just update some of the wallpaper and the flooring since we leveled up since the last time we've been here. We're now level 17. And so, yeah, hopefully we'll get somebody else in here. The apartment's going to be worth more now that we upgraded the walls and the flooring. And we've just got to wait for somebody to give us the heart eyes emoji face. Hate it. I also do want to do background checks and tenancy history checks. If they have a lot of debt, they're usually going to be late on their rent. And then if they have a background check, there is a possibility that your tenants do illegal activities in your apartment, which is not necessarily great. But everybody who thinks this apartment is appalling, there's really no coming back from that, so we'll just go ahead and give them the boot, just because they aren't going to want to have us, you know, there's no recuperating from that, basically. So anybody who thinks it's fine, anybody who thinks it's hard eyes, we'll take it. Just not appalling or unsatisfied. Appalling, yeah, get out of here. Appalling, unsatisfying, I mean. We'll go ahead and install some security cameras for her since somebody broke into Miriam's house. Try to be a good landlord, I guess. So we have 3 days left in the open house. Oh, he thinks it's exceptional. Awesome. Great. Let's go ahead. Don't boost it all the way up, but we'll do it like that's probably a little bit too high. It's usually between 75 and 80%. But you know, 6,000 still, I'm pretty sure that's more than what we got last time. So 6,740, we'll take it. That's still a good, pretty penny for us. Jumping back over to the camper, We're going to finish renovating it. I did have to go over and fix Miriam's toilet because she broke it. Don't ask questions. Miriam does strange things in the bathroom to break toilets. I'm not going to judge. But we should be able to get a pretty high ranking on this bathroom since we know the little cheaty sneaks of getting everything into these small bathrooms. Put a mirror in here, some wall plants, get the decor up, get them a lamp for that room. Kind of space things out since we don't... I could get a washer in there, but they'll be fine, you know? We'll put some funky wallpaper up, mix things up, and then some nice neutral wallpapers everywhere else. And so the requirement is you have to have a bedroom, and then you also have to have a seat and a fridge for the room to count as a livable dwelling. So anything you do above that, you know, obviously is better. But I do want to kind of fit this expensive, nice bed against this wall over here. And then we'll start giving them a little kitchenette set with a mini fridge. And a microwave, and then they want a countertop, so we'll do this one that has the lip, so that way we can put the bar stool underneath it, and a blender. So the blender is something that athletes like having in their apartment. So can we fit a chair in there? How many seating options do they need? Oh, that blocks everything. Maybe we'll put the kitchenette over here, and then we can squeeze the chair closer, so that way it's not blocking everything else up. Move that over. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. I mean, they already have one seat, which is the bar stool, and that should be fine. We can get them a really... I mean, do we want to take up the counter space with the TV? If that's like your only solid surface in this entire apartment, probably not. So we'll just treat them to that really nice big TV that they can lay down in bed and watch. Probably give themselves a crick in the neck every night, but you know, whatever. It's still a nice TV. We'll get them some wall plants in here and a clock. A nice neutral brown rug to match their brown countertops. A nice large rubber tree plant. And some pictures, and maybe some books. Maybe they... no. So we can give them some fun stuff to do, like that dartboard. And then we'll also do this small weight set. So like I said, with the blender, that is something that athletes like. So if we give them the weight set, then we're really optimizing this space for our ideal tenant to live there. So any athletic person hopefully will give us heart eyes. This 19-year-old with gray-white hair is thinking about it. We'll send in a pro for our babysitting job. And yeah, he loves it. So the fixed cost of this apartment is $324. But let's see if we can get him to pay a little bit more than that. I kind of biffed it and brought it all the way up, so he lowballed me. $1,478. Can we get it above 1,500? Yes, perfect. Let's do that for 60 days, and that way we'll have about $1,200 a month in profit from this rental. So that is pretty much where we're going to sum it up. We're going to wrap it. We got 2 additional apartments this episode, which is very exciting and really awesome. And I guess I'll see you guys next week. If you like this, of course, please leave a comment down below, share it, get the word out. At the end of the month, the video with the least is getting, or the series with the least views is getting booted. So until next time, have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.